Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rocky Adams. Today, one thing that I was talking about, I was talking to a client earlier today, and we were talking about how um, the only difference between people who are absolutely amazing and people who don't show up that way is that the amazing people realize that they are. So when you realize that you're an amazing person, you're not seeking the approval of other people, and you're more authentic, and people love authenticity. So when people put up a public mask and they try to impress people, what they don't realize is what would really impress people if they were just being themselves. The more vulnerable you are, the more open you are, the more honest you are, that's when your personality is going to come out. That's when the fun part's going to come out. That's when you're just being yourself and you're not worried about judgment. You sing or dance or whatever it is that comes to mind at the time. And conversely, hurt people hurt people. I'm sure you guys have heard that before. I have no idea where that quote comes from, but it's so true. People who don't love themselves will show up in ways where they're not proud of. People who aren't proud of themselves do not represent themselves in the same way. They don't have the same standards. They're more likely to have a messy house. They're more likely to have a messy car. Messy people do messy shit. People who don't love themselves will do different things to get money. Whether it's, I've seen people cutting in lines and doing things like this and not taking other people's feelings into consideration. Well, if you're proud of yourself, like, what would you do if your mom was watching? Most people are affected by something like that. What would you do if you have children? What would you do if your kids were watching? Do you behave the same way as you would? Some people, if they can get away with something, they will, and then they'll try to write it off in their mind. And some people will, they'll be more likely to cheat and do things and say things that are incongruent. We all have some things that are incongruent, and one reason for that is it's a moving target. We always change. Nothing stays the same. Some people try to stay the same, but people will either grow together or grow apart in relationships. And if you are growing, then the target is always moving. Like, what your potential is, different things are going to be congruent for you as you grow through different glass ceilings. Different relationships and different people are going to be more or less congruent for you as you grow through more glass ceilings yourself. But remember that the people who are not proud of themselves, when you guys remember my video that I made yesterday. I was talking to someone yesterday in the morning. I was coaching a lady, and she was talking about how she gets frustrated when other people don't show up and they're mean for no reason. Well, those people they don't love themselves. They don't feel worthy of love, so they put up a wall between themselves and other people. The people who say, "Oh, people are assholes," they don't believe that. So your mom's an asshole? Oh, there's only like 5 people on the whole earth that aren't assholes. That you keep your 5 best friends and nobody else. What if assholes? Someone said something to me, I want to say a day or two ago. Is the same guy that I was coaching today, and he said that even assholes aren't assholes to me. And if you meet people with honest love, and most people will receive you the right way. If some people are just so in their head and you don't really have their attention, you'll never get through to those people. But if you have people's honest attention and they feel your heart, they'll almost always respond in a good way. Now, people don't do things that are out of character. If the right formula pops up, like, you never know what people have going on. They could have just lost a loved one. They could have just found out that their son's on drugs, something like this. In cases like that, like extreme examples, people will behave differently. But if the right thing pops up, it's almost like a math problem. If this happens and this happens and this happens, they behave this way. It still has nothing to do with you. Even if they got no sleep, sometimes that affects different people differently, but it has nothing to do with you, other people's behavior. Just know that hurt people hurt people. They'll be exponentially, people who don't love themselves will be exponentially more likely to cheat on you in a relationship. They'll be exponentially more likely to be less congruent with their words, their actions. They'll lie to you. They'll do things differently. Whereas people who just operate through a lens of love and loving themselves first, the more they care about themselves, the more proud they are of themselves, the more happy they'll be. The more happy they are, the more action they'll take to be even more proud of themselves, and so on. And then they just attract people who do the same types of activities and people who love each other. So that's what I was getting at yesterday too. I was talking about surrounding yourself with the right people, and that's how you do it. The best way to surround yourself with the right people is to be the right person. The more do something every single day that you're proud of, and celebrate it. And when you celebrate, don't just celebrate, oh, I did this, I hit this goal, or I did this, or whatever. The reason that you hit that goal is because it occurred to you to take action toward that. Even if it's not a goal, even if you're just like really cool to someone, celebrate the fact that you are you, and that would have looked different if anyone else had done it. It's ownership of self. It's not just, oh, I hit a goal, so I'm going to celebrate this goal. It's celebrating that it's you. You're the one that did it. You're the abundance. You're the love. You're the one who generated the thought. You're the one that took the action towards the thought. So be proud of yourselves, guys. Being proud of yourself equals happiness. And remember to look at people who you can tell. Look at the way, look at the way that people carry themselves. How often do they smile? How are they when they look at you? Do their words match their energy? When they're looking at you, do their words match their energy? Do they have a crazy, messy house and car and all this other stuff? And you can tell how hard people will work to go after what they want in life. That's a major sign of how proud they are. You will show the entire world how you feel about yourself through relationships, through your language, through your smile, through many, many, many ways. And the ways that are incongruent will be energy leaks for you. You'll be your own energy vampire. People talk about energy vampires. The biggest energy vampire, if you think that people are energy vampires, you're the energy vampire, because you recognize that this person is draining your energy. It's an incongruent relationship, and you keep exposing yourself to it. You are your own energy vampire. That person is just doing what they do. They will do that to everyone. And people who want to get in the hole with them and talk trash or whatever, those are the kinds of people who are going to be drawn. The kinds of people that all get together. And I used to be one of these guys. I did. I used to hang out with people who they all bitched about their wives or girlfriends or whatever. And a lot of them were cheating at times, and getting drunk every single weekend, and just getting through the week until the weekend came, and doing lots of incongruent things that were, numbing and separating yourself from reality. Been there, done that, and I did a lot of it when I was younger. But being happier and creating way better relationships. I'm still working on some things, man. I was working a project not too long ago, and working 80 and 100 hours a week. I put on a couple pounds, man. I'm getting my body back. I'm getting my sleep schedule back right. Everything's coming along real nicely. But anyway, we all have areas where we are incongruent, and the more congruent you get, the more you will raise up to another level, and that's when you can hang around with other people. You can hang around with other people right now that push you to do better. But remember, amazing people. The only difference between amazing people and people who do not show up that way is the amazing people realize they are. We're all amazing. Everybody's a miracle. Access your miracle. The truth is love. When you have different things, anger, anxiety, overwhelm, distress, all these other things, that they're apps that run at certain times when you get triggered and you get in certain moods. But if you shut down all the apps, the operating system is love. And you can tell. Look at children; they get along. Little babies just love each other. They don't give a shit about race, religion, somatotype, color, any of this stuff. Different languages. Little babies. I used to take my little niece to the grocery store when she was young, and she'd point at kids that were 2 years older than her. Baby. She just wanted to go talk to the other kids. But yeah, love is the truth. Reside in love, and when you reside in love, that entails looking, when you look at the world through a lens of love, That entails loving yourself first. Love yourself first. Do anything you can to help the people you love without compromising yourself. Respect your own boundaries, respect your own time, all of this, set healthy boundaries for yourself and honor yourself in as many ways that you can with the nutrition that you put in your body, the nourishment that you feed your brain, what are you surrounding yourself by? Everything's got a ripple effect. So yeah, guys, sorry if the rant went a little long tonight, but I was having fun with this one. I love you guys, and I hope you have a good weekend. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.